Okay, so I want to
Uh-oh.
welcome everybody that's here live, and if you're going to watch this afterwards on the recording, the effect of this new moon, or excuse me, full moon, and most full moons have um, that kind of ripple effect for the next 3 or 4 days that you can really feel it. Um, after I get this recording, I will be sending you a ritual guide that you can, so you can continue to use this with affirmations and different aspects of a ritual that you can do on your own, not necessarily what we're doing here, but we want to continue the the to be curious about the things that come up here. And so I want you to feel supported in that. Um, and this is a Cancer full moon. And I apologize if you see me looking over, I've got my notes here because there's so much with this full moon. I don't want to forget. I want to remember a lot. Um, but
Lynn, would you mind if I hit record? I have a note taker that could join. Is that okay?
oh, for your own purposes?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that
Sure,
okay?
sure, sure. Let me just get that for you. Okay, so you're able to record to your computer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. There we go. Thank you.
okay.
It'll take notes for me too, so that I'll take my own and then go back through. Thank you for
Okay,
that.
no problem. Thank you for asking.
Hmm.
So the significance of this Cancer full moon is for emotional healing, nurturing, both with our emotional self as well as our physical self, and just renewal. And it's the significance of the timing of this isn't lost on me. This is what is considered the new year, where we do that time of looking back and renewing what we'd like to see for ourselves in the future. Um, and this moon in Cancer, because the moon is all about emotions, and it's Cancer's home planet, if you want to call it that. It just amplifies emotional awareness, and it encourages the release of unresolved emotions. And it also encourages the cultivation of our own self-compassion. Um, the Cancer is a water sign, and like I said, it's ruled by the moon. And so the energy from Cancer just supports emotional depth and connection. It aligns with the heart chakra, and I'm putting a plug in probably February. I keep putting it off because there's more information, but um, I have a 3-month chakra program that I will be offering, so watch for that. But Cancer aligns with the heart chakra because this is all about love and emotional balance. It also aligns with the sacral chakra, which is about emotional flow and creativity. So this time we have together is here to invite you to harness this powerful energy for your own personal growth. So if you haven't already, make sure that you're set up with a quiet, comfortable space. And if you brought any of your materials, whether your journal, pen, a candle, maybe a bowl of water, or just a bowl, any of the materials that I suggested in your welcome email after you registered. So I'll just give you a few minutes if you need to do that. What we're, the kind of the course of what we're going to be doing. Next, we're going to be doing some guided breath work for about 5 minutes or so. And then we'll move into the heart opening meditation. Now, I will talk a short bit in that. And it's not a long meditation, maybe 10 to 15 minutes at most. But I'll have some music that I'll share um, via Zoom. You can share music so you can be with your own heart, your own self. So I won't talk a lot during that meditation. I just wanted you to be prepared because I know we're so used to meditations where someone is kind of always talking and there might be brief pauses um, for reflection, but I want to have more than a brief pause. So we're going to begin with a simple breathwork practice to help us center and ground ourselves here. So what you're going to do, I'll vocalize it first for you so you can be prepared. You're going to inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. You're going to hold for a count of 4. And then you're going to exhale slowly through your mouth for the count of 6. And we're going to repeat that for 5 cycles. Okay. And I'll only slightly be doing it with you because I'm here to support you. I've already done my work. So, all right. So we're going to inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Second cycle, inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold. Exhale. Third cycle, and you do your own counting. Fourth cycle. And the fifth cycle. When you do this on your own, one thing you can do is visualize your breath as waves that are just gently washing over your body, clearing away the tension. All right, so let's close your eyes and move into the heart opening meditation. As you close your eyes, visualize a soft green light radiating from your heart, from your chest. Imagine this light expanding with each breath, filling your body with warmth and compassion. Visualize releasing emotions as leaves falling into a river, carrying them away by the current. You can say to yourself aloud or just quietly in your head, I am safe to feel and release. My heart is open to love and renewal. I honor my emotions with kindness. And when you're ready, and slowly open your eyes. I like to palm my hands over my eyes and flutter them open that way so it's not such a shock. Pay attention to your body as you bring it back to this place. Check any area in your body that might need some extra attention. Stretch it out, wiggle it out, breathe. You're feeling.
I feel so deeply relaxed. You know,
Mhm.
it was such a beautiful opening to just get with the breathing. The breathing really took me down. It was so great.
Yeah, getting into our bodies is important to
Mhm.
let our body, our physical body, know that it's safe enough to feel these emotions. It's okay to feel these emotions in our body, not just like in our head or whatever, but to truly feel them, to laugh, to cry, to scream, whatever it is that you need to do. And when you're ready, what I'd like for us to do is move into the reflective journaling process. And what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put some prompts in the chat. Do you all see the chat? Well, when I put one thing in, it should light up. So this first prompt is, what emotions am I ready to release under this full moon? And I'll just put the rest of them on in the chat and take them as you can. The next one is, what patterns, relationships, or thoughts no longer serve me? We have survival patterns that aren't necessarily who we are, but they're ones we've created to be here today, to part of our resilience. But maybe we don't need it anymore. Another prompt I have here is, how can I nurture myself in this moment and moving forward? And the last prompt I have is, what intentions do I want to set for emotional healing and renewal? And again, we'll take 10, 15 minutes. Just, I encourage you to write freely, kind of just free writing without judgment. Just allow your emotions to flow out onto the page. And if there's any of these prompts you want me to show again, let me know. Would you like me to play some more of that music while you're doing this? Yep.
I like
Okay.
it.
Okay. Find it again. Mhm.
Mm. Is the music playing? I don't hear it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, I do, so that's why I thought you did.
Oh,
I'll do it
does
again.
anyone else?
Okay, do you hear it now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you for telling me that.
Sure.
How are you all doing? Do you need more time? Want to keep going? Nope.
I could use a little more time.
You can use a little more time. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this and I was like, oh, all right.
No, and I picked up my phone because I can't hear your music, but I would like to.
Oh,
It's
you
my
can't?
it's my Zoom, like even after I played with some of the settings earlier, it's not picking up the music. And I don't think it's a you thing. I think it's a my Zoom.
Okay,
I set some kind of setting, so I was looking for the same that you were listening to.
all right. So you don't need me to share it again? Or do you want me to share it again? Oh, okay. All right. How much, just so I have an idea of looking at my clock about how much more time would you need?
Just let me write the rest of the questions down. That
Okay,
would be good. Like,
okay. You, I, you, you can tell us what you need. It is
okay.
all good. Not a problem. You have all the time in the world. It is yours. Please remember, time is not linear. It is always
Right here, right now.
right here and right now.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're going to do next is kind of symbolic burning ritual. So if you've got a smaller piece of paper or whatever you need, I want you to write down what you wish to release. just as kind of a preparation. This is a burning ritual, and you're going to take that piece of paper, and if you've got a candle or a match or a lighter or whatever, put it over a bowl, and you're going to be lighting that. And the idea is that as you do that, you can say it silently, you can say it aloud. I release this with love and gratitude. And I was just going to talk for a minute, because it's almost like the word burning right now, or fire, is not a welcome thing. And as I was thinking about what's happening, especially in California with the fires, and the idea of doing a burning ritual is a release. And I'm like, what is California releasing? We're certainly not releasing it with love and gratitude, but maybe that's something to consider.
Maybe relief.
Yeah. I don't know if you know who Zach Bush is. I really like him. I was listening to this thing on Instagram he did with this guy who he owns a fire. He's a contract fire person. He's not a firefighter per se. But anyway, they were talking about the ecological, environmental impact this has, but also what it means for people. And Zach said something I found very interesting, and it's caused me reflection. In a lot of indigenous tribes, they actually burn their houses intentionally every 10 years.
Wow.
And
Wow.
part of, yeah. But if you think about it, I mean, that's what's the cause of so much pain right now, is you hear people saying, I lost everything. And it has me thinking about my attachment to stuff. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but it's certainly something to consider. Yes, I may lose pictures. I may lose books and music and whatever that I really enjoyed, but I have that still in my heart. I'm sure I can access it some other way. I have had a house fire before, so I understand a little bit of that. It was like 25 years ago, but where I'm at now, if it had happened, I know I would have been calmer. I would have been more, okay, this just happened. I'm not saying I wouldn't be unhappy, but I think I could pivot a little bit more. I'm not asking for this, by the way.
Let's be clear.
But I'm learning to trust in the divine, if you will, that my Heavenly Father, that if something happens, it's not because I'm being punished. And so I just offer that as my own ponderings about this idea of burning and what's happening in California. I guess you could say that just about any environmental weather type. We tend to have a lot of blizzards, especially at this time of year. There are definitely tornadoes. This last year, ironically, the flooding was immense. It was huge in my area. And they're all, again, a form of release of not necessarily who's in control, but how we can look at these events happening as they kind of unmoor us from what we have created in terms of connection. There are more important connections than the house we live in, or the car we drive, or the job we have, or whatever. It's the connections with our friends and family and those around us are more important. And especially the one with ourselves. So anyway, that's my reflection. So are you guys in a place that you want to do this burning now, or do you want to do this later on your own?
I think it's okay for me to do it now.
Okay.
And I have to find matches.
Okay.
I have a candle, but I do not have matches. I don't think I do.
Do you have a gas stove?
Without gas. And I have
shouldn't
tried
laugh,
to set
but-
the air fryer on fire before, but it was not necessarily intentional. It's not a good
Okay.
result.
Okay, let's not do that. I've had that kind of a stove before. You
Yeah.
sit there and you go try and start it. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, not everybody does the burning ritual. Sometimes they'll just rip everything up into small shreds. You can take it outside and bury it. The idea is it's a release. And anyway.
Well, and it's
So,
cancer. And cancer is water.
yep.
So I was actually thinking about like ripping it to shreds, like little tiny shreds, and putting it down the toilet,
Oh, I like that.
flushing it.
Yeah. See, I don't think of things like that because I have a septic system.
True story. True
We
story.
don't do that. And I just
figured if the
$1,000 to get that thing pumped out again. So
yeah. No,
so
okay.
yeah,
Don't do that.
if you wanna just have a bowl or something to rip everything up there, you can do that, and Jill will burn hers. The idea is as you're doing this, again, say, I release this with love and gratitude. We're not releasing it because we hate it, we don't want it there. We're releasing it because we recognize the role it played in our life. And so we say with love and gratitude, thank you for the lessons you've shared with me. So I'll give you some time to do this. Yeah, just sit quietly with this. And as you watch it burn, or as later, Faith, as you watch this float down the river, how are you feeling about this?
Can we talk?
Absolutely.
Well, for me, I feel sort of very happy to have my attention focused on this way that I've been feeling or thinking that hasn't served me, and without it being negative at all, just observing and finding a means of changing that behavior.
And so how do you feel, like in your body? How are you feeling?
I felt like a glowy kind of
Kind of giddy almost, because you're,
like
the
like
laughter, the
proud.
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels nice.
Feels nice. Yeah. Just keep paying attention to how your body's feeling. It'll be telling you messages. Yeah. How are you feeling, Faith, as you're breaking that down into smaller pieces?
I mean, it's tiny pieces.
Yeah, I see that.
Very tiny pieces. But because some of the things have been really big pieces in my life, and so I want to break them down. And I just feel like I don't know how to describe the feeling, but I definitely feel it in my heart chakra. I'm definitely like feeling a feeling
Mm.
as I tear the little pieces apart. And I am trying to stay in love and gratitude for what these things represent and what they've created in me, in spite of feeling this way.
So,
Because with every coin, there's another side, right? So it's
yeah,
created the other side of the coin.
and it's okay. This is the paradox. I have love and gratitude for it, and using my own words, this is still shitty. You can have both of them at the same time.
Both and.
Both and. It's the awareness that will carry you through.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I have, sowing and reaping,
Mhm.
joy and sorrow, every coin has its time, everything has a season. So if I'm releasing that, then that means the other side of the coin needs to come.
Mm.
So if I've been experiencing lack, then it's really time for abundance to fully come into my life. And I do mean fully come into my life because
I hear you.
I have not been living at my fullest, and I'm excited to see
Yeah.
not just that it's, but like an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of peace, like all of the things that money, an abundance of money. Let's just go ahead and say that too, but
Sure.
like, and fullness and an abundance of
Prosperity.
freedom. Yeah,
Yeah.
so much. And so really taking into account that it's okay that these things have been here. It's okay that they taught me the lessons that they taught me. Thank you so much. So goodbye.
Yes.
So goodbye.
And you can say there's the door, or you can say there's the toilet.
Right? Right?
The other thing to this is, as we do this, whether it's the shredding and the use of water or fire, the release is creating space. So this is where we have intention. All right, I'm releasing this and I'm creating space for,
Yeah.
and that can be your next step.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, the other piece to this is nurturing on a more consistent basis our emotional healing. This is not a one and done. This is a forever thing. I had somebody recently said, you mean you're even doing this? Like I'm like some ascended master or something that doesn't have this anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your confidence in me.
Right? Um, so, and you'll have some of this in the guide that you get afterwards, but practice daily affirmations. It's the reason why is not because, to put something more in your brain. It's to say it out loud. And as you say the words, feel the words, So one that I had written down that came up is, I am worthy of love and care. You could, as Jill just told us she was doing, prepare a soothing meal. This, at least where I live, this is a time of really nice hearty soups. I've been using a lot of root vegetables. That's what's seasonal. But the reason I say emphasis on soothing is because so many people that I am aware of, they're using this time to, they're fasting. I love fasting. I love water fasting. This time of year is not when I fast. One, because it's too cold. It's just, for me, that's not it. But also people do it because they want to like create another part. Like what? Not right now, thank you. Are you going to? Probably. Thank you. She's talking about fasting, and he's offering me a chocolate cookie he made. But it's, everybody has to do what is best for them, but people use this time to start the diet, or because they're going to have this resolution to lose whatever. But it's almost like self-retribution. It's not necessarily from a place of love. And so be compassionate to yourself, be loving to yourself, soothe yourself. Maybe that's a bowl of chia porridge in the morning with some blueberries and coconut milk or whatever works. As you mentioned, Faith, this is a water sign. And so take a salt bath. And I use Epsom salts. And lavender is really great for relaxation. You could put in rosemary at another time. That's going to help with your mental clarity. You could put some seaweed in there that again nurtures your body, your skin with all the minerals. But if I just want to relax, I put in some lavender. Make time, schedule time for gentle movement like yoga or just stretching, tai chi, qigong. This is a time not to move forward into this stressful working out, I'm gonna go for the burn type thing. This is a time, because our cosmic world is telling us that will come later. Now it's time for gentleness. Be gentle, be soothing with yourself. So I have a group affirmation that we can all say together. I'll put it in the chat so you can, if you're like me, I am a visual. Okay. So it says, I release what no longer serves me. and welcome renewal with an open heart. So that's going to be kind of our group affirmation.
Do you do astrological readings?
Who's reading?
Pardon me.
Astrological readings?
Yeah.
Not really. I'm studying medical astrology, but I read a lot,
Yeah.
but I don't feel competent to do a natal chart. I know people who do, and I
really,
usually refer people to them, but
I like how you are and how you perceive astrology. And I just have like this relationship with a man that is like our souls are melded. I can feel him all the time. It's hard, you know.
well, and that's interesting. Your souls are melded and it's hard.
Yeah.
So there's that paradox again.
Yeah.
I will tell you something I told somebody the other day who was having a similar sensation
Huh?
and with somebody else. And be careful. Make sure that you have your energetic boundaries in place. It's not that we can't feel, but you need to be careful if you feel that strongly with somebody, that connection. So that's the mother protector in me telling somebody, be careful. And that's the lesson I've had to learn.
Careful of what?
Letting him in too much or losing too much of yourself in him.
Oh, is that possible?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Definitely.
Well, because if we're empaths, we have a tendency to feel real strongly. And while that has a ring of, wow, that's really cool, at the same time, you need to have what I call the golden bubble kind of zipped up around you. So I've learned how to kind of step back. I can still feel people, but it's not an enmeshed feeling. I'm very aware of how they're feeling, but it's not in me. Like I have not taken it on.
Yeah, I
And
can feel it physically.
yeah, I can, it's like I have a film over me.
Okay.
And it's like it comes and it touches the film, but it doesn't go in beyond that barrier. So I'm very aware of how they're feeling.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's, I'm learning to build my intuitive muscle more.
Uh-huh.
And but at the same time, as I do that and I'm aware, I realize this is their journey, so I'm here to support them. And so I can have a really great understanding of what is going on with them. But my job isn't to do that, to take it on. My job is to support them wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Whether that's my husband, my kids, or anything. Totally the antithesis of how I was brought up. You know, especially as the wife and mother and whatever, my job is to take care of everybody. And I still do that, but with a different flavor.
I guess with him, I don't take on, I observe, what he's going through, but and it's hard for me to have compassion at times, actually, because it's Catholic guilt that
Oh.
that runs him, you know. So,
Yeah.
but it's like this. What do you? I don't know how to describe it. It's this physical, visceral, like melding that just is really great, actually.
Okay,
But
if
maybe
you
it's
feel
too
it's
much.
great,
I mean, I don't know.
yeah, well, that's a really great question. Is it too much?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never had it in my whole life, so it's like, wow, what a gift at 80 years old. You know, hey.
You know, who says it? I mean, I'm only 65, but my kids are still like, you mean you guys still do it? And it's like, what? I didn't know I was supposed to stop. But you know, it is a gift to feel with our body, to still feel that that passion and that emotional flow. Just check in with yourself as you're feeling it, and just be curious. You have the awareness of what you're feeling. Now be curious, explore it a little more. Huh, I wonder, and you're talking to your body with this. Tell me, body, tell me more about this feeling that I'm 80 years old and just now having it.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
It's a gift, you said.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
I do.
It sounds like you are.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that was a breath.
Yeah.
And this is the time to really explore that,
Mm.
you know, with your heart and your sacral chakra, which also has to do with sexuality and sensuality. So one thing you can do now is write. We've talked about what we want to release. Now write one positive intention that you wish to carry forward from here. I know we've talked about it, but there's something that happens when we write it. The last thing we're going to do is name one thing that you are grateful for in this moment. And you
Is
can write it down, you can say it out loud, whatever you want to do.
Is the sacral chakra the second chakra?
Yep. Yeah, it's root, sacral, solar plexus.
So we're looking at survival a lot then, right?
Well, it's definitely in
Yeah.
one of the lower three that have to
Yeah.
do with feeling safe.
Okay.
And it has to do with creativity being, and especially as women, especially generationally, we have not been almost allowed to express our creativity, the movement of our body. And historically, it's only been allowed if a masculine person has allowed it. And so we're kind of rebirthing some of that for ourselves. I mean, it's definitely a process that's been happening probably since late 50s, early 60s, but it's been a slow process. And it's almost like our bodies are saying, hey, it's time for me to do that. And so some of the movements, so like in yoga, cat cow is really good, camel is really good. Dancing is amazing, especially when you get a lot of that belly type movement, you know. But just when you move and you flow, okay, I'm not trying to be kinky, but touch yourself. Like touch yourself as you're doing it, as you're flowing and you're moving, and touch places that you have been told maybe I shouldn't touch. Just it's the sensuality of your body. This is my body, and I'm feeling safe enough in it that I can do this. I can move the way I want. I can flow the way I want. I can touch myself because I am a beautiful, safe creation.
I have to share with you both that I saw a movie yesterday that was like the movie of women finally. And it was so extraordinary. A woman protagonist who lived a really true story, gritty life that, oh, it was just amazing. Very sexual, very sensual, and she was a warrior. So it's called Lee. Do you know of this movie?
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's extraordinary. And
Ah,
What's it called?
Lee, L-E-E,
L-E-E.
Lee Miller is the protagonist. The woman played unbelievably by Kate Winslet. Just
Oh
extraordinary.
yeah, that's why it came. Yes, I did. I haven't seen it, obviously. I heard of it.
You must see it. It's just what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She embodied herself, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's it should be the norm and not the rare thing that we see this. You know, it should be the norm, and it should be what we continue to teach other young women and young men, because they have
Yes.
feminine energy in themselves. And to teach them that as well is important. I have 4 girls and 3 boys.
Many children.
Yeah, yeah,
Great.
yeah. Yeah, my youngest actually, who just graduated from college, her minor was in gender and women's studies. So, and I was very active in my middle to late 20s in feminist politics. And I just got out of politics altogether when I realized it was such a game. But I learned a lot about history of women that had never been taught. And so I've passed some of that on because we should be proud of who we are.
Yeah.
And that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to share what you're grateful for at this moment?
All right. I didn't write anything.
Oh, it's okay.
I wrote this. One thing I'm grateful for in this moment.
Oh.
Okay, what would it be? Oh, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. It's just wonderful. I really
Thank
love
you.
how you see things. It's such a gift.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Huh.
I really enjoy you when I always read your stuff.
Thank you.
I said, I am grateful for the opportunity to experience a full, expansive life.
And I love that. You're creating that just by pushing that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Beautiful.
it's the whole expansive life is also like getting rid of stuff
Yeah.
because it allows more space for movement and like nothing is tying me down. Nothing is
Yeah.
holding me down. And when you were talking about the fires earlier, and I was thinking how quickly we judge ourselves for that, you're just not sentimental. Like I've been told that before, but when you pass, that's stuff that those are photos that people have to decide, is this who's going to be the caretaker of your life in stuff,
Yeah.
right?
You
And
honor it. You can honor it. Like when my mom passed away a few years ago, I really enjoyed going through some of the old pictures and the memories that came up with it, but it was almost too much. So,
yeah,
you know, that gives you an opportunity, like you said, to be with that.
yeah, yeah, and really I think the important thing is like we did on this piece of paper, just thank it.
Yeah.
Thank it for being with me. Thank it for coming home with me. Thank it for, spending time in my life. And now I want to give you a new home where you can spend time in someone else's life and be useful.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. And like I said, I'll be sending out, it'll probably be tomorrow morning when I send out the email with the replay, and then you'll have the guide, the ritual guide for you to use.
okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for being here with me.
It's most
Thank you
lovely.
so much, Lynn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mwah. Blessings and a great evening.
You too. Thank you,
Thank you.
Faith. It was wonderful hearing your points of view as well.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much, Jill.
She's
Very nice to meet
great.
you.
Thank
Yes.
you. You too.
All right,
Okay.
take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.